should we? Do you want to do the welcome back, or should I? Or
no, send it. You go.
Hey guys, welcome back to.
Oh yeah, that energy.
Welcome back to We Suck at Writing.
That's better.
I peaked the microphone, so yeah. No, welcome back to We Suck at Writing, everyone. Thank you for everyone that showed up for the first episode, watched it. All 39 of you that watched almost all of it, so that's cool, you know.
If you want an idea to find out how long that took to edit, we recorded that about a month ago.
2 months ago. If you did enjoy it, please do share it with your friends and family. We like to get like a little community going and form and like keep it alive. No matter how big or small the community may be, just share it, get spread.
Yeah, basically we view ourselves as the two white heroes with a defibrillator trying to revive the art of writing, which in this metaphor is currently a man missing both his legs.
Yes. And speaking of missing something, today we will be reading
What are we reading, Tyler?
My Vagina Escaped, and it's been ruining my life ever since, by Jade Green.
Where did it go?
Where did it go, indeed? So, sit back, relax, enjoy, get ready for a ride of a story.
When I woke up that Halloween morning, something instantly felt wrong. Pain, deep down below. A dull, hollow ache throbbing between my legs. My sheets and underwear were soaked in blood. I thought I had started my period. I wish that had been the case, but it actually happened was much worse. I lifted myself up, my eyes following the thick trail of blood from my bed to the door. That fucking bitch. My fingers slowly reached down to check, but I already knew. She was gone. Emptiness. Just a bloody, gaping hole where she was supposed to be. She'd finally done it. Ladeous had escaped. But it didn't start there. Not really. If I'm being honest, it began a long time ago. I was around 12 or 13 the first time I noticed it, but back then, I thought it was normal. I didn't know any better. It was a hunger, but it wasn't for food, and it wasn't coming from my stomach. It was coming from Ladeous, at least that's what I called it. Her, at the time. I don't know where the name came from exactly. I guess it was because my mom used to call it my lady parts. She said all the other words for it were ugly, and that it deserved to be called something prettier. But I thought it was hideous. The first time I actually looked down there, I was disgusted. Maybe I mashed that up together in my head to make a new word. Either way, that became her name. Ladeous.
Man, relatable though. Like looking down at your private parts for like the first time and like really seeing it. You know,
I thought you were about to say looking down during your first period.
Yeah,
and then,
just like
finding it disgusting.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you know, ever since. All right.
So far,
very
strong
good.
Start.
Yeah. No, incredible
I
start.
can instantly tell this author is a woman because she's actually paying attention to the emotions felt on the characters and not so much on the actions taken.
Yes. No, and I get, like what a banger premise right at the beginning. You're setting up like, oh my god, this person lost their vagina. Like what the hell?
I was about to say banger may not be quite the word that you want to use,
yeah,
but
true.
You know.
No, but seriously, I mean, it sets up a promise here at the very beginning. Like, okay, what the hell happened? I want to figure out what happened, and are you going to be able to get your vagina back? Like, why? You know, and then why is this thing sentient? Like, why do you feel like it's acting on its own? So
and that kind of gives another. It kind of gives another point that I really want to stress is even if the premise can start off as kind of ridiculous, You could take that to whatever genre at all. This could definitely be a horror story, or I mean, Tyler, even you couldn't keep it together before we started, so it could be a comedy.
It's a horror
So
story.
even
It's a horror story. Don't worry.
Yeah, even if the premise was something like a little ridiculous, if you're able to use a decent enough style to convey what you want to communicate, it could still activate suspension of disbelief and everything like that. So
Yeah. No. Great job.
eventually, we learned to get along, she and I. She'd get what she wanted, and she'd keep quiet for a while. It was a compromise, an understanding we had with one another. As long as she stayed happy, we were good. But she had to come first. Always. The real problems only started when that didn't happen. I slowly swung my trembling legs over the side of the bed. The bottoms of my bare feet were met with the shock of a cold, sticky puddle of my own blood. There were thick splatters of it on the walls and on the side of the bed. Christ, even my brand new fucking rug. She'd gotten it everywhere. Not only that, I had a bigger problem. Well, two, actually. The first was getting myself cleaned up and figuring it out how to cover my hole. The other was finding out where the hell Ladeous had crawled off to. I had a feeling I knew what she was after. I mean, it was obvious what she wanted, what she craved. But as far as who? Well, that was going to be a little harder to narrow down. I'm kind of impressed by like how well characterized this Ladeous has already been.
Yeah. Little mischievous bastard. Little little stinker of a vagina.
Little
Troublemaker.
Yeah, little troublemaker. I was trying to think of worse puns, but you know what? You got it.
She's just getting into everything.
Like, I know that Reddit, like r/no sleep, and I assume also in Creepcast, because it kind of goes with it, you have to have a particular style and you have to follow rules that kind of make it hard to do proper setup in a narrative way. But this was done really well too, having to follow those rules, and yet you're still able to give this much characterization for something that you aren't allowed to explain yet.
Yeah. No, great job. And this is like such a, I almost want to say this is like almost textbook for like how you should introduce certain characters. And like in this case, this would be like the monster, where it's like it's a personal, it's a very personal connection here with another character, letting the character kind of either point out its actions that let us get like a good feel for like what the monster is like, or instead of just like this would be showing, not telling, essentially, but like you're having another character describe actions to tell what the character is like. Is it?
And also, the protagonist is waking up, is missing a part of themselves, basically covered in blood, and their reaction is, "Motherfucker, not again."
Yeah, and so we know what the main character is like too. Again, amazing opening, amazing premise. I'm hooked. I love it.
Yeah. You see, ever since high school, I've been what you might call a little promiscuous. That's the pretty way of saying it, at least. Ladeous was the one to blame for it, really. Her increasingly insatiable hunger was the driving force behind most of my actions. I controlled the body, sure, but she was the one who called the shots. That is, until I cut off her supply almost a month ago. Shit, I just never thought she'd actually find a way to break free. I sat at the edge of my bed for a few moments in shock, trying to wish it away. Praying to wake up from this nightmare. That's when I noticed it. The huge pile of blood my feet had landed in wasn't bright red like what was on the sheets, and the smell was old blood. Thick, clumpy, So dark at the edges, it was almost black. Large clouds lay jellied into its coagulated surface, like strawberry chunks in a jar of preserves. That whore had been saving it up. Excellent word choice.
Yep.
Just, hey, that's how you use adjectives to your advantage. Like, if it's gross, make it gross.
Oh, yeah. No. 100%.
I squeezed my legs together and shuffled myself to the bathroom, trying not to make this putrid crimson disaster worse by dripping any more out. Ladeous must have done some kind of ritualistic type shit to be able to escape without it waking me up or killing me. Had to be. And yeah, it hurt, but not as bad as you think. Way worse than normal period cramps, but probably not as bad as labor, I guess. With the help of some pain meds, I could take it, but I'd still lost quite a bit of blood from her tearing herself away from my flesh. My head was pounding and I was starting to feel woozy. Popped a few Tylenols to take the edge off and got on with it. Honestly, at the time, my adrenaline was through the roof. I was more worried about getting it covered, so nothing else could fall out.
My God.
I'm like, what does this injury look like? Is it just like a hole? Is it like a wound? Is it...
Well, you can have like a hysterectomy, right? But like, I feel like that's not even the same to like what she is describing. It feels like the entire like uterus, like, and like probably like the ovaries also just like all slit out and were,
Well, you're missing what? Your gallbladder? Like,
yeah.
You wouldn't say it's a hole in you.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's true. Like the closest equivalent I could think of on the male side would maybe not even the balls because it can usually just hang it off. Maybe like if your prostate slid off of you, like. It was like,
sure, I guess.
I'm gonna go get some dick tonight.
Just like a ball, like trying to roll away.
Oh man, that'd be a great sequel to this. It's just like some dude that's in the closet that's his prostate just keeps making him fuck other dudes. It's like, I need a dick.
I understand the metaphor, but did you have to be so gross with it?
Listen, I'm not gay. It wants to get tickled. If I don't do it,
damn, the symbolism has truly gone too far.
All right. Let's keep going.
In a weird way, though, I also felt the tiniest sense of relief that she was gone. Like, maybe I should just let her go. Life would sure as hell be a lot easier for me without her around, but no. I couldn't let her loose on the world like that. I wasn't evil. Not like her. I opened my medicine cabinet, pulled out a pad and a roll of gauze, and started wrapping myself up. Blood soaked through instantly. Fuck. Of course I wasn't thinking clearly. I needed a better barrier. Pad wasn't good enough on its own. Tampon would fall right out. That's when I got an idea. I ran over to the tub and grabbed my loofah. Then I wrapped it up with a bunch of the gauze, held my breath, and shoved it inside my hole. I winced, my eyes flooded with tears, as the coarse, dry surface of the gauze scraped across my insides. But it fit. More importantly, it stayed. And once it started soaking up the blood, it felt weird but ignorable. For the most part, anyway.
My God, what amazing body horror right there. That is like terrifying.
Like the only thing in my head is like, that is so unhygienic.
Yeah, no, and like just awful because like she's got nothing else she can do there, Yeah,
but it's like it's like a gut shot where it's like, oh, everything up in here compresses so much. You need something that expands and it just keeps taking in more and more and more. But
yeah.
Like, holy shit, a loofah is so fucking unhygienic.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Woo!
Have you seen the movie The Substance?
No, but I need to. I need to watch The Substance. Like, it's on my list.
Yeah, you should go watch it. It feels pretty related.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Yeah, is that Cronenberg? Is that Cronenberg or?
I don't know if it is Cronenberg, but it is definitely Cronenberg-esque.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's on my list of like top. Like I have like I think I have like 15 horror films that I need to watch within this year is my plan, and so it's on there. I'll be getting to it.
Yeah. What's I'll ask you about your list later then.
Okay, cool.
You need to add the haunted bong.
The haunted bong.
I can't remember the word, but it's like ghost bong.
Ghost bong. Okay. If you find whatever you find, just send it to me, and I'll add it on there.
No, I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Next, I covered the hole with a pad and wrapped myself up like a mummy again. It seemed to be working, but I put down another one of my underwear just to be safe. That would have to do for now. I quickly cleaned the blood off my legs and feet, then grabbed the bleach and a few towels to get started on the mess. I was gonna have to throw that rug away. First, I hobbled back over to the nightstand to check my phone. When the screen lit up, my heart dropped. 7 missed calls, all from around 3 a.m. All from one person, Lance. Shit, that's where she went. I should have known. The phone calls must have gotten her all riled up, and he was the last guy I was with. The scent must have been fresh enough for her to follow. I still wasn't sure how exactly she'd managed to pull off this escape, but at least I knew her plans. I just hoped I could get to her before she did anything crazy. It was like, her pussy a bloodhound?
Yeah, dude. Sniffing out dick.
Like, sweat, baby, sweat, baby.
Texas drop. All right.
Yeah. All I'm saying is she hasn't explained anything about the sentient qualities of her vagina yet. Much like the chair that doesn't want to be sat on.
That is true.
It could all be inside this girl's head.
That is true. She's actually crazy. She's just using this just to justify. Yeah, man.
Well, like, she woke up and she's like, my privates are gone. Well, shit.
Where would they have gone? Yeah.
I tried calling him back, but he didn't answer. That didn't necessarily mean anything, though. He'd usually ignore me if I ever tried to contact him before the sun went down. It was a Saturday, so he wouldn't be at work. Probably still sleeping. Hopefully. I just have to drive over and show up at his house. Lance was a mistake, like so many of them turned out to be. I figured out pretty quickly that he only called me when he wanted to fuck. I mean, I wasn't looking for something super serious, but dinner would have been nice. Ladeous never let that stop her from taking the call, though. He became addicted to her pretty quickly. It was like she was all he ever thought about. All he cared about. It wasn't long before it pushed me over the edge. I'll admit it, I was jealous. Once again, I couldn't just understand why he preferred that ugly bitch over me. Does she just have like a twin that she calls
Ladeous?
Like, her vagina?
Her vagina, yeah, she just calls her a whore. And she's like, well, no.
Like, what was that one movie? What was that one movie where it was like a conjoined twin that only like half developed on the back of the person's neck? And like, it was evil.
Oh, that sounds familiar. That sounds like an American Horror Story episode, to be honest.
No, I was thinking of like, it's like I want to say it's a foreign horror movie. I can't remember what it was called, though. The protagonist explaining how the dude is just obsessed with talking to her pussy. I'm like, what else is going on?
Yeah.
A lot of questions, not too many answers so far.
I mean, I think the idea here could be that it's just like like an allegory for how a lot of guys will sometimes just see.
I understand the symbolism.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, he only likes me for my vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand the representation of that, but I'm like, but is that your vagina's fault?
No, I mean, I'd say it's the dude's fault, but, you know.
Like, absolutely, I can see it being a dude's fault, but like, I'm curious. Like, a lot of questions, not
at least,
so many answers so far.
At least there's consent there, from what it sounds like. There was consent for the most part. It's just like she just doesn't like the way
between Lance and the vagina, there was consent. It's like that one meme where it's like, wasn't there someone you forgot to ask consent for? And instead of Jesus, it's just the protagonist.
Yeah, come on, guys. What the hell?
You forgot someone.
Oh, man.
My own genitals turned me into a cuck.
God, man. Could you imagine if, like, your dick fell off and then just, like... that you find out that, like, that's all your partner cared about was just your dick. And so, like, they just kind of...
My dick fell off.
Yeah, they just kind of kept fucking your dick, like, in front of you. And, like, it was sentient.
Like, can I still feel it?
No, I don't think so. I think when you're disconnected from it, no.
Well, then it's not my dick anymore. Like, it fell off. Like, finders keepers at that point.
It's just whoever's. Oh, man. All right.
Well, yeah, if I can't feel it, like, it has no connection to me, that's just, like, the most realistic dildo you have ever seen in your life.
That's fair. I mean, it did grow from you, though. So,
well,
like...
yeah, but, like, do you think that the...
Okay, here's a question.
Fruit tree outside still thinks that the apple is part of it once you have taken it off and turned it into a pie?
Mushrooms do. Mushrooms are all, like, connected, even if you, like, take part of it off and throw it somewhere else.
Well, mushrooms are... so fucking weird.
Yeah,
like, that is the closest thing to aliens on this earth.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, like, I don't know. Okay. Here's a hypothetical. Let's say your arm gets chopped off, right? And then for some reason it starts moving on its own, but you can't feel it, and it starts jacking you off. Are you jacking yourself off because it's your hand, or is whatever? I mean, like the sentience.
Well, there's no mental connection there. Like it. You look at your hand. Make a fist. You were the thing that felt your hand and made it make a fist, right? Put your hand inside a glove. Make a fist. That's still you. But if a glove that you weren't wearing was still making a fist, you're not the one making the glove do that when you aren't touching it.
Yeah, but the difference is like.
So if it was like
the glove didn't grow like from you.
Yeah, but the same concept still applies. Like, you can control the glove once the glove is on you, but the second it's not.
Okay, well, let's say someone gets some nanomachines, okay? And you can kind of control it.
Run for senator.
Yeah, nanomachines, and you run for senator, and then you get some poor orphan boy raised up in a program where he becomes like a...
his name is Jack.
Yeah, and it's not actually Jack at all. But it is.
Then he is fighting you, and he's beating you, and he thinks that he is winning, and then you tell him, you just proved my point, dipshit.
And you rip off your shirt, and you are jacked. I'm talking, like, football player, like, running back jacked. You know, like, low body fat, but you're still, like, 280 pounds. You know?
Yeah, and then you start running towards them, and in your head you just hear, "Rolls off nature."
Yeah. Anyways.
So for the last few weeks, I had started turning my phone on silent at night, which pissed her off. Except last night, I got drunk and forgot. I left the bloody mess and threw on a pair of sweatpants and a hoodie. And I grabbed my keys, shoved my feet into the first pair of shoes I could find, and bolted out the front door. The sky sat at the edge of dawn with a pink glow, and an eerie silence blanketed the sleepy town. A jarring contrast to the chaos and panic that was happening inside of my head. I'd only been to his house a few times. It took me a little while to remember which street it was. It all looked a little different in the daylight. When I spotted his car parked outside one of the houses, I pulled into the driveway behind it.
Okay, pause. Imagine like only going somewhere at night so often that you actually have day blindness. To like, usually most people have like night blindness because they're not traveling to places at night that often, and so going around streets, you know, it looks a lot different, and so it throws your brain for a loop, and you think you're lost when you're not.
It's actually happened to me plenty of times.
Yeah, no. Oh, for like the daytime?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I guess when I worked graveyard, that would sometimes happen for places in Vineyard, but it's kind of it.
Yeah, no, like that shit used to happen to me all the time in the military, where you'd get to where you were setting up your patrol. So a lot of times in Hawaii or Japan, not explaining any more than that, but you would get to a place in the dark, and then you would get used to walking around it in the dark. There's not lights, so you're using whatever else you could use to see. And so you have an idea of it in your mind that you're using to follow and what you're looking at. And then once the sun comes up later, you're walking around, you're like, this is nothing like what I was like using in my head to walk around in.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I could, yeah, I mean, your brain just kind of throws you for a loop. So I don't know. It's really cool. I like the fact that they added that in. Definitely like a little, something like I feel like a lot of authors don't think about is like, oh, would this, like, would they not be used to it? And then like just to remark and like add it in here, it adds a lot of like characterization and depth, I think.
The house looked quiet. His roommates were all gone. I banged on the door for a second, then waited, but no answer. So I went over to the back of the house to knock on his bedroom window. As soon as I turned the corner, something stopped me dead on my tracks. The window was shattered. Beneath it, a bloody pile of glass shards lay scattered atop the grass and dead leaves.
Ooh, oh man, dude. I just thought about that. I'm like, oh man, like, could you imagine being like just like a vagina and then like getting cut? Just all those nerve endings. It'd be like if your skin got flayed off and then like like your fingertips just got like just sliced through with glass. Ugh.
Yeah, but specifically, the protagonist said it didn't hurt as much as labor probably would have. So have you said thank you to your wife today?
Yes, actually.
Good.
Yep.
You did that to her.
I did. She asked for it. She was literally like, come inside me.
That's my sister.
I'm just saying, she asked for it, man. Fuck.
You disgusting fucking pig.
I'm a people pleaser. Okay, listen, if someone asks for something, I try to give it.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I am. Yeah.
The first time I could understand, but the third time...
Listen, by the third time, I told her no more. I was like, I'm done. Like, no more.
Yeah, I am dry.
Yeah, it is dust. We're no more. So.
My throat tightened. I didn't want to look. Are you okay?
I'm okay. Go ahead.
My throat tightened. I didn't want to look. I was terrified to see what Ladeous had done. At the very least, she had just embarrassed the fuck out of me. But what if she had done something worse? What if she were in one of her moods? I had to look. She could still be in there, and I needed to stop her. I slowly stepped forward, my heart pounding as the glass crunched beneath my shoes. The windowsill was covered in blood. Fuck. Looked like it already dried by then, too. Still, I needed to check. I lifted myself up onto my tippy toes and slowly peeked inside. I wish I hadn't. No. It was a massacre. The walls of his bedroom were all splattered with red. The thick stench of death and rotten blood poured out from the hole in the window. My hand shot up to cover my mouth. Ladeous didn't go in there for a good time. She was on a rampage. My eyes suddenly focused on the center of the room. Lance was lying in his bed, bloodied from head to toe, covered in tiny, jagged bite marks. His eyes were fixed wide open, glazed over and lifeless, milky blue. The look of pure terror burned into his face forever. And his dick was gone. All at once, the blood drained from my face. Dark spots began to creep into my vision. I slowly backed away, trying to catch my breath. The look in his eyes, the blood, it was horrific. I couldn't look at it anymore. I felt sick. I didn't even call the cops. I just fucking bailed. Shitty, I know. But Lance was beyond help, and the situation really didn't look good for me. Like, at all. So I turned and ran back to my car as fast as I could, then hauled ass down the street. Only made it to the stop sign before I had to open my door and lead my hand out to puke.
Damn, that was good. That was really fucking good. Tension building. Like,
It's good tension building. I'm just like, at this point, it's like I was saying, a premise can start kind of comical almost, and then suspension of disbelief can make your audience still take it seriously if you take it seriously, right?
yeah.
Problem is, though, is like, if you stretch that suspension of disbelief too far, it will break immersion.
Is it the vagina stealing the dick that's killing it for you? Is it because it's still a penis?
It's the vagina going on a rampage and causing bite marks all around this dude, then biting off his dick.
I will say that the bite mark part, but you'll see.
Yeah, and once again, you could just say it's the particular rules and style for writing. But you can kind of see what I mean by suspension of disbelief can only go as far as your audience is willing to let it go, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, we are supposed to assume that this is a vagina that is doing all of this. But it's, the vagina was talking to him on the phone, was biting him, bit his dick off, killed him, is traveling all throughout town. So we're like, we don't really have any characterization of how the vagina is moving around even. So not only are we having to believe that it could move around and like locate people and break into houses, but before we know how it is accomplishing that, we're also having to believe that it killed the dude.
Come on, man. Uber.
Well, do you think
the Uber driver would be like, "Hey, what the hell? There's just a vagina."
Well, I don't think it would be Uber because she didn't have her phone.
Well, I mean, Uber Eats maybe.
Well, like the pro tag had a phone, was saying that her vagina liked Lance more than she liked Lance, and then Lance was calling on her phone, so that would mean like the vagina would have had a phone.
Yeah.
None of this would have happened. So it's not like the vagina had a phone to order Uber off of, you know?
I mean, if it knew all of her passwords, could have used her phone, but
then why leave it?
Just to fuck with the protagonist, you know, just kind of mess with their head.
So why?
Because it hates her.
Why?
I guess we need to figure out why. Probably because like
Isn't
maybe
that-
because like she doesn't want to get digged down as much anymore, but the vagina's like, I want to.
Gotta love hormones.
Yeah, dude.
But I'm like, how did she even? I don't know. It's just a few. It's just a few things that I'm noticing. Hopefully, it gets established.
Yeah.
Like the word choice, though, and adjectives and explaining things, like all are super well. It's like
The prose as well. The pro is on point. Like the sentence structure has been very like ba-bum 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 ba-bum. So like you've done a great job there. Yeah, you've kept like a pacing pattern very and you've kept it neat and very well done. So
yeah, it's like it's the opposite of the other stories where we've read, where it's the execution so far is done really well. It's just the
premise itself.
The premise itself still hasn't been successfully pulled off, in my opinion, yet.
A lot of that does depend on the payoff, though. So as long as you feel like the payoff hits here at the end, then they did a good job. So.
Yeah, but the payoff can always be worth it. But if you build it up too much, you have to meet that expectation. God, I couldn't believe what she had actually done. Never in a million years did I think Ladeous would ever go that far. I mean, yeah, she could get a little frisky sometimes, but she'd never killed a guy before. And something deep down inside told me that she wasn't finished either. She'd finally gotten a real taste for it, and now she was after more. I wiped my face, then pulled out my phone and started scrolling back through my old texts. It was before Lance. Oh yeah. Fuck. That weirdo. Garrett. The needy one. No matter how much I gave and gave, he always wanted more. Dude texted me constantly. If I didn't answer, he'd freak out. Felt like he was trying to consume my entire life. Speaking of, he couldn't keep his face away from Ladeous either. Took forever to peel him off of me, and her. I really didn't want to have to call him. Maybe I'd just drive towards his house and see if there were any trace of her along the way. At that point, I was pretty sure she had been gone for at least 4 hours, not longer. How much damage could she have possibly done in that amount of time? Yeah, she had a pretty good head start, but still, there was no way she could be moving that fast on foot. I mean, by crawling. Gross. She was going to be absolutely filthy when I found her. I just knew it. I sped through the neighborhoods, keeping my eyes peeled along the way. With all the Halloween decorations around, it was going to make it a lot harder to spot her. Too many places she could be hiding. Too many phallic and vaginal-shaped Halloween decorations.
Yeah, there's so many of them. The editor, put up just here, scroll down, like a bunch of pictures. We'll give you like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Ignoring the pain and overwhelming nausea I was feeling, I focused all of my attention at the mission at hand. The only thing that mattered was catching her. My pulse raced faster and faster the closer I got to his neighborhood. Yeah, I was almost there and still no sign of her. I did see a dead rat in one of the yards, though. Someone's cat probably killed it. Hopefully not mine. As soon as I turned down his street, my heart stopped. Blue lights, yellow tip. His house was surrounded. The coroner's van was parked out front, and 2 men were wheeling out a body in a black bag on a stretcher. Garrett's body. I was too late. Again. I slowed my car to a crawl and pulled up alongside some neighbors who were outside watching, then rolled my window down. Hey, what's going on? What happened? Most of them looked like they were too in shock to answer, but finally, one man stepped forward and said, "One of the guys who lived there was murdered." A woman, whom I assumed to be his wife, interjected from the sidewalk. "You don't know that, Joseph." He turned and shushed her, then approached closer to my car. "How?" I asked. "I mean, you know what happened?" The man shrugged. All I know is what I overheard his roommate tell the cops. Said the back window was smashed, and something about the poor guy looked like he had choked to death on blood. I scrunched my eyebrows, trying to hide my internal revelation. Then he leaned in closer and lowered his voice. Between me and you, the weird thing is, the roommate said they didn't think it was his blood. Didn't look right. Oh, first there was Lance. He just wouldn't talk to me unless he was wanting to get laid. What an asshole. And then there was Garrett. He just wanted to talk to me. Wouldn't stop eating me out. He just constantly wanted to talk and talk and talk.
Yeah, I know. That is the dichotomy, the duality of people there. For some people, that would be like, oh, my steak is too buttery, my lobster is too juicy. Like,
yeah, no, like, I couldn't have said it better myself. It's the, oh man, Papa Bear, it's too cold. Mom Bear, it's too hot.
He's gonna be just right. Fuck. So that's what she'd been saving it up for. Jesus fucking Christ. What was I gonna do? That blood was my blood. My DNA. And it was all over Lance's room too. I was screwed. That bitch was gonna get me thrown in prison. I threw the car in reverse and backed up from the scene, heart pounding. I needed to regroup, formulate a plan, and take some more Tylenol too. I just needed some time to think. I was too afraid to go back home, though. If the cops were already looking for me, that would be the first place they'd go. No, I needed to be smart about this. I drove to the drugstore downtown, bought some water, and the cheapest bottle of off-brand ibuprofen I could find. Then I went back to my car and started scrolling to find out who the fuck she was going after next. When I saw the name, my heart sank. Derek. Oh, shit. I really liked him. He was genuinely a good guy. One of the few who actually treated me right. He was kind and thoughtful, generous. We almost never argued, but in a bitch move, I broke up with him for Garrett, of all people. And Derek hadn't even done anything wrong. I just gotten a little bored, and to be honest, I liked all the attention I was getting from someone new. Biggest mistake ever. I hit call and held my breath. Hello? Oh, thank fucking God, I whispered. Olivia, is that you? Yeah, it's me. Where are you? At home. Why? What's wrong? Derek.
Gorsh.
Gorsh. Yeah, it's just fucking goofy. Yeah, I'm fine. Derek, please just tell me you're okay. Yeah, I'm fine. He laughed. What's going on, Liv? I can't explain right now. You wouldn't believe me anyway. Just stay there. I'm coming. And keep away from the windows.
Okay, so earlier when she was characterizing her vagina, she was also saying that the boys she was sleeping with, she was talking about them in a way that they were almost aware that her pussy was sentient, right?
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, okay, maybe she just... Maybe it's one of those things to where it's, oh, she is something different and everyone is aware and everyone's like, okay, whatever. But her going, I can't explain it right now. You wouldn't believe me anyway. It's like, so what? Was this guy not aware of your sentient vagina?
I mean, potentially, we'll find out. Let's see.
And also, this is kind of a writing pet peeve of mine. If you are calling and trying to warn someone, and you're like, you wouldn't believe me anyway, it's like, at least tell him he's in fucking danger. Give him a warning so he's like, oh, that was weird. As there is a vagina trying to break into his house and kill him. Like,
Yeah, I will say the plot hole here is like you're also telling him to stay where like your vagina monster knows he lives. Wouldn't you want him to like get out of there? Because like,
Like,
I mean,
you're
I
like,
you could use the argument like, oh, she's on the way, so she might like see him and then like try to kill him in public, but that'd be a lot harder, I think.
but
So
also, like, even if I was warning you or anyone else, being like, hey, you're in danger. I am on my way. I will give you more details later. Be careful. Get somewhere safe. I am on my way. Like, it's. You won't believe me. I'll explain later. Hangs up the phone.
to be fair, if you called me and told me that, I would laugh. Like, I would just be like, what the shit? Like, um
Well, because if I called you and be like, hey, there's someone trying to kill you, don't worry about it. Problem's gone.
yeah, it's true. Oh my god. Okay, I'm trying to think like if I had an ex call me and tell me that, I would probably just get a gun out anyways because I'd be afraid that the ex was coming to like do something crazy. So, and like I'd probably call the
Well,
cops.
knowing yours.
Yeah. Okay, well, continuing on. I hung up before he could ask any more questions. Shit.
Because I wanted him to stay safe after all.
Yeah.
He was the only guy I liked.
Like, damn. Shit. He probably thought it was some crazy half-ass excuse I came up with just to go see him. Oh well. At least he was safe for the time being. All I had to do was make it over there before Ladeous did. The 10-minute drive from the drugstore to his house only took me 5. Hell yeah. Cutting through streets and probably running stop signs. The streets were getting busier though, and the stupid Halloween carnival was already setting up. There was only so long she could keep scurrying around without being seen by someone. And God help me if she came across a stray dog. I pulled into Derek's driveway and tried to compose myself before going inside. All I'd have to do was hang around there long enough to catch Ladeous before she could do any more damage. I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do with her once I got her back, but that didn't matter at the time. As my trembling fingers struggled to unscrew the cap off the bottle of water, an urgent news report interrupted the Smashing Pumpkins song that was playing on the radio. Okay.
Which Smashing
I was
Pumpkins
about to
song
ask,
do you
like,
think it was?
yeah, what do you think?
It's either Today or it's Stuck in the Cage. It's just a vagina. Like an acoustic guitar and like this.
Spine of my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. The spine of my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
Okay. I froze. The announcer's unrelenting words pushed through my ears, almost choking me. A man from a very prominent and wealthy family had been discovered brutally murdered that morning. His body was found drenched in blood, and both his hands had been severed and were missing from the scene. I didn't even need to hear the name. I already knew. Grant. At that point, it became obvious. Ladeous was working her way backward. Yes, but not through all my past lovers. Only those who'd committed transgressions against me. Derek, in all his goodness, had been spared. She wasn't on a blood-fueled, blind rampage. It was calculated, targeted. She was taking it upon herself to right the wrongs that had been done to me, to us. She was punishing them for their sins and ruining my life in the process.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So far, any of these guys technically hasn't done anything wrong to her. Like,
Well, I mean, okay.
Like, yeah, your vagina has shitty taste in men, but like, have they beaten you? What have they done to you besides just being like?
I mean, they haven't treated her good. That's for sure. They haven't been like a good. I mean, besides
Like, if someone like doesn't text you back, are you instantly like, How they are sinful and need to be punished for their sins. These transgressions committed against me.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, bitch, eat a Snickers. You weren't you when you're hungry.
Shit, dude. Yeah. Grant, in contrast, was a spoiled little rich boy. The most entitled motherfucker you'd ever meet. The type who wanted what was his and everything that was yours, too. He got all he asked for in life, but was still never satisfied. And stingy, too. Ugh. It didn't last long, though. I broke it off after a huge fight one night about him not leaving a tip at a restaurant. I mean, not that he deserved it, but I did find it a little funny that it was his hands that were ripped from him. Yep.
Damn, bitch, man, he's dead.
Yep. For a moment, I looked up at the house in front of me, contemplating going inside to ask Derek for help. But realistically, what could he do? I didn't want to drag him into this. Ladeous was my problem. No one knew her like I did. Besides, I couldn't bring myself to actually tell anyone what was going on either. And shit, the weird phone call was enough. I didn't need to freak him out any more than I already had. At least now I had something more to go on. I scrolled back further in my text, popped some more painkillers, then backed out of the driveway. I knew who was next. Seth. The stoner. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't good either. In fact, it seemed like he felt nothing for me at all, which only made me and Ladeous want him more. Even though he was a loser with zero ambition, there was something about him that kept me chasing after his affection. The allure of the unrequited. He finally broke my heart for the last time when he missed my college graduation because he forgot. He still lived in the basement of his parents' house. Oh God, okay, yeah, okay.
Why? Okay, but like, you're just proving my point correct. It's you just have shitty taste in men. They aren't hurting you.
Yeah.
He felt nothing for me. Or he lived in his parents' house. He felt nothing for me.
Yeah, no, a lot of this could be chalked up to communication issues. So
yeah, it's like, is the vagina murdering people a metaphor for the inability to take accountability?
Or to just talk about your feelings, right? Is murder just the extreme end of that, where it's like, listen, I have all this bottled up and I haven't been talking to you about it, so instead of like talking and like trying to work through my problems, I'm gonna kill you. Like, and trying to get some resolution. I could already see from the end of the road that their cars weren't there. I turned into his driveway and gulped down hard. When I shut off my engine and opened the car door, I could hear it. A guttural, piercing, awful noise. He was screaming. I bolted into the house and down the basement stairs. About halfway down, I slipped on a puddle of blood and tumbled the rest of the way head first. And I landed in more blood. Dark, thick, rotten. And then I looked up. Seth was flailing around, desperately clawing at something on the back of his head. No, not something. Her. Ladeous! I shrieked. Get the fuck off of him! But it was too late. Amidst his cries of agony, I could hear sloshing and crunching, then a snap. His pupils widened as he stared at me in horror. She'd chewed through his neck and severed his spinal cord. Holy shit. His body twitched once, then went stiff. And he hit the ground with a thud. You fucking bitch! I screamed. My heart...
Little PSA.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I am not the biggest expert on women's health.
Yeah.
But, ladies, if you look down and your vagina looks like a head crab, you should probably go to the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would recommend that as well. I believe there are some treatments for that. My heart was pounding out of my chest. Seth wasn't dead. He was paralyzed, trapped in a perpetual state of inaction. His chest continued to rise and fall in rapid succession as Ladeous quickly scurried across the floor away from his body. I lay there in shock for a few seconds, face to face with the gurgling, motionless body of my ex before reality slammed back into me. I scrambled up to my feet and shot after her, but by then she had already made it out of the broken basement window. Yeah, no.
I
little
stayed
scurrying.
long enough. I stayed long enough only to incriminate myself when the police detective showed up, and then I left.
She was moving a lot quicker than I'd anticipated, too. I didn't have time to try to help Seth. Besides, one of the neighbors had surely been awake to hear his screams and called the cops. They'd probably be showing up in any minute now. Any minute now. I had to go. I lifted myself up and poked my head out of the broken window. Ladeous was already almost at the end of the road. Jesus Christ! I climbed out, wincing as the jagged shards of glass that remained sliced through my clothes, cutting up my arms and legs. And great, yeah, no.
How is her vagina outrunning her? We don't even know how this thing is moving around.
We don't
and
need
it's
to.
outrunning her.
You know, we don't need to. It's just, yeah, like a little desert crab just skittering about. She was heading right toward a truck. Toward a truck stopped at the stop sign. My body went cold, and my legs almost gave out from underneath me. The driver wouldn't be able to see her. She was about to be turned into roadkill right in front of me. I started running faster, screaming, "Stop! Wait! No!" But the windows were up. They couldn't hear me. I watched, breath held, as the truck slowly began to roll forward with Ladeous crawling directly into its path. I wanted to shut my eyes, but I couldn't. The tires inched closer and closer to her as the truck began to gain speed. My heart stopped. Then, just as she was about to be smashed, she leaped into the air. I couldn't believe it. The bitch actually jumped up and into the wheel well. I looked on in shock as she suctioned herself to the surface of it, hitching a ride to her.
No wonder these guys didn't get enough up to her. Bitch's vagina is magic.
Yeah, dude, it's straight magic. Like, goddamn.
Did you see what they did to the pool? They flipped the bitch.
Woo!
Thing is able to Spider-Man suction cup crawl its way up a fucking truck. No wonder.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that one dude probably was like, God, that got the soul sucked out of my penis. Like,
literally.
Yeah.
I'm going to hell now.
Damn, son. All right. How many Kegels? How many fucking Kegels would it take to be able to do that? Like, goddamn. Like,
well, like, is it Spider-Man suction cup?
Yeah. Man, yeah. The fucking. It probably has like a 6-pack from the Kegels that it had to have been doing.
We don't even know how this thing is fucking moving around.
I'm just saying, dude.
Not only can it outrun her, it's like outlifting her too. It's like,
yeah, it's nuts, dude.
And you're telling me that you're supposed to be in charge?
Yeah, no, that vagina is proving why it's in charge. God damn it, it takes action.
So it's faster than you, it's stronger than you, it's more assertive than you, it's more confident than you. Why are you in charge?
Yeah. Do you feel it? Just pussy with the Bane mask on. Do you feel it in charge? I took off back to my car and barreled down the street, trying to catch up with the truck. Once I had it back in my sights, I followed closely as I scrolled to find her next victim, Warren. The first and last son of a bitch to ever raise a hand to me. An idiot gym bro with an explosive temper who didn't like to be told he was wrong. Complete and utter man-child. I don't think I need to explain why things didn't work out between us, or why I wasn't exactly devastated about who Ladeous' next target was.
I was absolutely devastated when the stoner who never cared about me and barely talked to me and lived in his parents' basement didn't go to my vacation or graduation.
Yeah, maybe your stoner buddy was depressed. He might have been going through some severe depression.
Of yourself, Olivia.
Yeah, come on. Come on!
Maybe that's why your pussy's running away from you. You're too damn selfish.
This is a lesson. It's a life lesson. Woo!
These men are dead because of you.
That's right.
You did this.
Besides maybe Warren. It sounds like Warren was physically abusive. So, you know, all right.
Yeah, no, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
fuck that guy. But like,
yeah, okay. Anyways, the truck began heading toward the downtown area where the Halloween carnival was about to begin. Warren had worked security for it the year before. He was always looking for an excuse to rough someone up. My bet was that he'd be there again, and I was right. The brakes of the truck squealed as it came to a stop near the edge of the carnival entrance, only a few yards away from the security tent. I pulled my car over to the side of the road and watched as Ladeous slid out from her hidden stowaway compartment. The place was beginning to get crowded. But somehow, no one seemed to notice her as she slithered past their feet toward the tent. God, yeah, I mean, it's like a little fucking snake, too, you know, just getting around. I got out of my car and slowly walked toward the entrance. I had to act natural. I couldn't risk causing a panic by running. I'd end up getting her trampled. I could already hear Warren's loud mouth booming from inside the tent. Just the sound of it ignited a rage within me, but I had to focus. Ladeous was still a few feet ahead of me and gaining speed. If I walked just a little faster, though, I could catch up and quickly grab her without making a scene. But then, just as she approached the tent, something came over me. I just stopped. I stood still in the middle of the crowd, watched her crawl inside, and waited for the screams. A large, red splatter hit the inside of the tent, seeping through the white canvas instantly. Then they came, blood-curdling, guttural, and deafening. The crowd panicked.
Get it?
What?
Get it?
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah, they came. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Boo! Do you know what? For that you can keep reading. The crowd panicked. That's where we're at.
Everyone began to run, all scrambling in different directions, except for me. This time, I wanted to see what she had done. Slowly, I approached the entrance of the tent. The sounds of sloshing and the gnashing of her wet teeth were still audible over the cries of terror that surrounded me. When I looked inside, Warren was on the ground with Ladeous on top of his stomach, ripping away at the flesh like a rabid dog. His hands clawed at her, struggling to pull her from his body, but she was embedded. The putrid stench of rotten blood was overpowering as she released her vengeance into him. Then I heard the loud pop of his ribcage cracking, being forced open. His screams intensified, but his arms now lay dead at his sides as she began to eviscerate him. This was my chance to grab her, to sneak up while she was preoccupied. My eyes darted around the room for something I could use. There were extra security t-shirts sitting on the table to the left of me. I quickly reached over, grabbed one, and flung it on top of Ladeous. She slid off of Warren's body and started to panic, so I leapt over and tried to pounce on top of her. I landed just shy, reached out, but grabbed only the shirt as she scuttled away from beneath it, leaving a trail of dark red slime behind her. That bitch was mocking me. I swear I heard her laugh as she slid underneath the tent wall. With all the madness going on, I was able to slip out unnoticed and run back to my car. I waited for a few minutes hoping to see her. With everyone scrambling around though, it made it impossible, so I left. Besides, Ladeous seemed capable enough to avoid being stomped on. I just have to catch up to her later. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure this vagina can avoid being stomped on, like...
Yeah, no, with how fucking tough it is, yeah.
In every single altercation, she seems way physically stronger and more driven than you.
Goddamn.
I wanted to see what she had done.
You know,
Like, goddamn.
I mean, if the guy was like a physically abusive asshole, I get it. I get it. I'm not. I'm kind of like, yeah. Why not? Fuck it.
At that point, I needed to park my car somewhere and ditch it. I'd already been seen at 2 crime scenes that I knew of, maybe more. And it would only be a matter of time before the police figured out whose blood was all over each and every one of them. I already knew her next destination, so I drove to a small grocery store about 5 minutes away from it. Strange looking place, sort of run down. I'd never been inside, but I figured my car should be fine to leave there. Not like I had a whole lot of options anyway. With the pain starting to creep back into my consciousness, I popped some more ibuprofen in my mouth and shot it back the last swig of water left in the bottle. I took one last look at myself in the mirror, then got out of the car, slamming the door behind me. Being on foot was going to slow me down significantly. I knew that. But to be honest, a part of me wasn't as worried about stopping her anymore. And that wasn't just because I knew who was next. The truth was, more than anything, I just wanted to get her back. I flipped up the hood of my jacket, forced in a deep breath of crisp autumn air, and then started walking to the house of the next man on her list. Evan. A total and complete douchebag. A human being so overcome with jealousy that it tainted every molecule in his body. Being with him was a nightmare. Another guy couldn't even look at me without him freaking out. And it didn't stop there. Evan was even jealous of me. Every small accomplishment I had was undercut by some snide remark. Any attention I received should have been given to him. Obsessive, controlling, manipulative. I think I hated him even more than Warren. Evan left that kind of scars you can't see. And the worst part of it all, he was my first. The guy I'd chosen to give my virginity to. Someone hateful and selfish. A piece of shit. And it was something I could never get back. Never forget. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't scrub that stain from my heart. My feet carried me down that familiar road without even a glance upward. The thoughts racing through my mind kept me in a trance. By the time I raised my head again, I was standing at the edge of his driveway. The air suddenly felt thick, suffocating. It settled in my lungs like molasses. She was close by, I could feel it. I hesitated at the door, wondering if I should knock, if I should warn him. If he truly deserved to be spared her wrath. I lifted my fist, but right before it met the surface of the wood, I heard something. It's like, hey, you know how The Last of Us 2 is garbage?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's because the entire time Ellie is going through, and she's like, I will have my revenge, right? And she kills everybody trying to get her revenge.
Yeah.
Every single person that gets in her way, she brutally murders.
Yep.
Loses her family, loses her hand.
Yeah.
And then at the very end of it, like, she has the opportunity to kill Abby, and she's like, no, I'm not evil like that.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, so you just killed all of those people without a second thought, and then you're like, no, I'm a good person.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like
It's the same thing. It's like, this guy was the worst guy. I hated him more than even the people who punched me and beat me. He was the worst. I wanted to watch the last guy die. And I hate this guy even more. But should I warn him? I'm a good person. I should warn him.
You know, I get what you're saying, but I gotta disagree. I feel like it's more of a spiral here. Whereas where for like a character arc, I guess, where the MC is going from like, okay, shit, I can't like let this monster do this, and like it slowly starts like getting angrier and angrier.
Maybe
and, like,
the real monsters were the monsters we met along the way.
Well, I think the progression here is like she's slowly getting more and more like in agreement and like okay with the monster in a way, I think.
But it doesn't feel like that.
I mean, well, no, yeah, at the very beginning she's like, "Oh shit, I hate my vagina. Like I hate myself," right? And then like, why is my vagina going out and killing these people? And then she kind of like by now she's like, no, I get why she's killing them. Like, I get why she's killing these guys.
It's like, but it doesn't feel like that. Like she has her reasons of why she hates each guy more than the other ones, right? Like she has clear, distinct reasons, and so it's her distaste from them that are like, oh, they kind of deserve it anyways. It's not, oh, maybe I am becoming the monster. It's, oh, I'm just, oh, I am okay with this specific thing in sequence because otherwise.
Well, I feel like the character's justifying it to themselves at this point.
Well, absolutely, but the character is justifying why they are just a passive observer instead of like trying to do more. But it's not like, oh, it's not like they're all of a sudden siding with the murderer. It's just why they aren't stepping in sooner.
I mean, keep reading. I think there'll be a better discussion at the very end of the story.
Glass shattering, and then the wild scream of a man in shock. I bolted around towards the back of the house, panting hard as the cold wind rushed against my face. A sticky trail of crimson ran from the neighbor's backyard to the broken window of Evan's bedroom. "Ladeous!" I yelled. But I couldn't get in that way. The window was too high, there was nothing to climb on. I ran back to the front of the house and tried to go in, but the door was locked. Then I remembered the spare key. I lifted up the welcome mat, grabbed it from underneath, and rushed inside. He'd managed to make it to the kitchen by then, but she was right at his heels. When he reached the counter, his hand shot out and grabbed a knife from the block. I screamed, "No!" He looked over at me and froze with the blade in his hand. "Olivia!" Just then, Ladeous launched herself at his face. She slammed into him with such force that he was thrown backwards onto the floor, hitting his head on the edge of the counter as he went down. The knife flew from his hand. Blood splattered across the white cabinets. The blow didn't knock him unconscious, though. He wasn't shown that mercy. I was in awe of her power, her fury, and in a moment of pure clarity, I remembered the truth. She wasn't trying to ruin my life. She was doing this for me. Doing what I couldn't, scrubbing the stains from my heart so that we could start fresh again, together. If I just gave her this last one, then maybe she'd be satisfied. Maybe then she'd finally come back to me. And so, I let her. I watched on in reverence as Ladeous forced her way down into his throat, stifling his screams of horror. His chest rippled as she worked her way deeper and deeper until she found what she was looking for. His body began to convulse, and then that familiar cracking and crunching and sloshing. She was hollowing him out from the inside. I inched closer to him. His flesh began to rip open, slowly at first, and then all at once. An explosion of blood splattered across my face as Ladeous emerged from his body with his still beating heart clutched firmly between her jaws. What the fuck is this thing, by the way?
Yeah, I know, right? Like a little monster. It's a monster pussy, dude. It's got teeth.
It's a fucking, like, it's a fucking chest burster.
Yeah, I mean, like from Alien, basically.
Like, ma'am, has your vagina always been a xenomorph?
You know, not always, but lately. Like, I just watched Alien and fucking started taking on some weird qualities.
H.R. Geiger definitely went hard into that symbolism, but are you sure that's what your vagina's supposed to look like, ma'am?
Yeah. The problem is, like, I could see it so clearly too, like what it looks like in my mind.
It's a fucking xenomorph.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes sense. I swallowed hard, wiped my face, and crouched down low to get closer to her. Ladeous, please, come. Okay, it's a xenomorph, it's also a dog.
Come, my lady. Come, my lady.
You're my little butterfly.
Sugar,
She
baby.
just kept gnawing at it, tearing off huge chunks and swallowing them whole. I reached out to touch her, but she pulled away and growled. Ladeous, I'm sorry. Please, I begged. Please come back. I need you.
You got that dog in
She
there.
ignored me. Tears began to flood my eyes. I had taken her for granted. Despite her flaws, she was a part of me, but she was also her own entity. She deserved respect, to be heard, to be understood, so I did what she wanted. I turned around and walked away. I'd let her finish this last kill, and hoped that after, she'd be ready to come back home to me. I walked the streets until the sun began to set. I didn't know where to go or what to do. I felt lost and scared and so very empty. Well, you're not empty, you have a loofah inside of you. But
You are very much filled. Just, not with
full of loofah.
loofah, yeah.
My entire body was throbbing with pain, and I was pretty sure my makeshift tampon had been leaking too. Because it's a loofah, and it's
Yeah.
not absorbent. The point is that they're not absorbent, actually.
Yeah.
But at least I was wearing plaid sweatpants. And luckily it was Halloween, so the rest of the blood and guts all over me didn't throw up any alarms either. Suddenly I felt a vibration coming from my hoodie pocket. I pulled out my phone. It was a text from my best friend, Catherine. She was inviting me to a Halloween house party, since the carnival had been canceled. You know, because of the murder.
Yeah.
I wiped my eyes and sent back, where? I wasn't exactly in a partying mood, but it wouldn't take long to walk there from where I was. At the very least, it was somewhere where I could hide out for a while, but really, the truth was, I just didn't want to be alone anymore. When I walked to the address she sent me, the place looked dark and dingy, almost abandoned. It was an old Victorian-style house with all the lights cut off and a red strobe light going off inside. An old jack-o'-lantern sat rotting on the front porch like it had somehow been there for years. I stepped over a few crushed-up beard cans and went in. The blaring music drowned out my thoughts instantly. It was packed with people, all in costume. Trying to find Catherine in the sea of chaos wasn't something I had the energy for at that moment. I sent her a text, then plopped down in the first unoccupied seat I could find. The love seat in front of the living room window. Wow, you're gonna let your blood stain the nice love seat?
Yeah, what the hell? God damn it, Olivia.
Like, come on, man, like,
What the fuck, dude?
at least put down a towel first, it's common courtesy.
Yeah.
I bet if it was at your house, you'd be demanding people get a coaster for every drink that they put down on your table. But no, you waltz into her house without introduction, and you're just like, I'm gonna get my blood all over this sick-ass love seat.
Yeah, dude. Dick! Just kidding. Olivia, you asshole!
I know, right?
Oh.
I sat there in a daze, watching as the people around me danced, drank, and made out. Everyone was so happy, so carefree. None of them realized my vagina was a murderer.
That was
Like,
not in the story.
You know that meme?
Yeah.
Where it's the person in the corner and it's people partying and making out, and they're like, they don't know that I'm blank.
Yeah.
If only they knew that I'm blank. And everyone around was like, who the fuck is sitting in the corner?
Yeah, oh, fuck. Man, she smells weird right now.
God, why? God, what the fuck? Why is she covered in shards of glass?
Yeah, the hell? She went way all out with her costume.
God damn, she smells like shit and loofah.
I was about to say shit and blood.
Mostly loofah.
Mostly loofah.
Oh man, that bitch definitely has sepsis
Oh my god.
from the loofah.
Yeah.
I sat there in a daze, watching as the people around me danced, drank, and made out. Everyone was so happy, so carefree. I wondered if that would ever be me again, if she would come back, or if I'd end up spending the rest of my life in prison for what she had done. Just when I felt like I was about to break down, felt the weight shift beside me. I looked over to see that a very attractive guy had sat down next to me. He was smiling, extending an unopened beer my way. I took it from his hands and smiled back. "Hi, I'm Olivia," I said, tucking my hair behind my ears. "I know," he held over the speakers. I was confused. I could have sworn I'd never seen the guy before. "What? Don't you remember me? It's Preston, from middle school." And all at once I did. He looked a lot different as an adult, but it was him. My first boyfriend from 6th grade, the one who'd awoken Ladeous, the one that started it all, and the one who had too much pride to admit to his friends that he was dating the weird emo girl in school, so he ditched her at the homecoming dance and made her sit alone. The smile began to slowly fade away from my face. I clenched my teeth and squeezed my hand tighter around the bottle of beer. And then I heard the sound of glass shattering behind me.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay. So the reason why I was saying that is I think the vagina monster there might not actually be a monster here. Like Olivia is the monster killing her exes. But she's disassociating.
Is that it?
Yeah. And so like that's
Yeah, that's your takeaway.
yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, it kind of leaves it open for interpretation if it is like a creature doing it or if it's her, I think, in all honesty.
Well, like, let's say
is she
you're,
bloody?
like-
Is she bloody because like her vagina's missing, or is she bloody because she killed what's his bucket and then it's just trying to like disassociate from it?
Okay, but have you ever been so in the midst of a schizophrenic breakdown, you're taking shower body cleaning implements and shoving them inside your hole?
Yeah, man, you never know. Listen, man, you fucking, you know, part of the body horror. But I mean, I think overall it was a very well done story. So I'm gonna give this an A. I'm gonna give it an A.
Yeah, your grading rubric is your own. It's just like, it's always interesting looking at the difference between male and female writing, because females, when they write, it is a very introspective way of writing. Like, it's a lot about the emotion, it's a lot about the feelings that everyone is experiencing. It is very introspective.
Mm-hmm.
And then when males write, it's very extrospective. It's about the world, it's about actions, it's about events. Not a whole lot of feelings, unless it's like a guy who's super aware of that. And it's always kind of like interesting to compare and contrast, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's part of like what makes writing fun is there are a bunch of different styles of writing and like perspectives that people like to take on while they're writing. I mean this piece, Ladeous, or My Vagina Ran Away From Me, for the Reddit title, but Ladeous, the proper title, it's definitely like more of like a introspective, like I guess like character study is how I would put it, because like that's what I took away from it, is like watching a character kind of spiral down and like into a point where she began justifying the horrific actions that were being done.
Like, if it was meant to be taken literally, well then I guess I don't know what vaginas I have seen in my life. Probably not many, because virgin. Virgin man. But I usually they aren't supposed to look like xenomorphs. Like H.R. Geiger was a weirdo. And like designed the xenomorph in that way, but I don't think your vagina is supposed to be able to like crawl and like bite people and like
No, if it is doing that, please go see a doctor.
Please go see a doctor. We're
Yeah.
just saying this out of concern.
Yeah, put up
Also,
a...
all I'm saying, right?
The more you know, or like tips for life advice from We Suck at Writing. If your vagina looks like a xenomorph, go see a doctor.
All I'm saying is, if you were in 6th grade and you're like, oh, this girl is weird, I'm gonna like ditch her, and then you see her at a party in the future and she is covered in blood, glass, smells like a murder scene, has a loofah shoved up inside of her, you're like, holy shit, I dodged a bullet back then, huh?
Yeah. Maybe you just don't talk. You don't come up. You don't come up and talk to them. Yeah.
Just like look and walk away. But
yeah,
obviously that wasn't in the story, because what do we know?
Well, and again, I think the reason why I feel like the author there was trying to convey more. I actually haven't discussed this with Jade, but this is just my interpretation of it. How would the vagina how would it have known where Preston was, right? Like, they hadn't had talked since the 6th grade.
And he was saying, like, obviously, like, it's a vagina. You would expect it would be going after anyone that she had sex with, a la It Follows. But, like, it's like a kid, like, 6th grade. So, what, a 12-year-old?
Yeah, that just kind of ditched her. And that's where I'm like,
obviously he deserves to die.
Well, I think
fuck them kids.
That's where Olivia snapped. She killed what's his bucket first, and then she began spiraling, and like she started justifying it with the weirdo who just like, wouldn't stop texting her, and it was like way too emotionally attached. And then the next person was the rich guy, the guy who got his hands chopped off. But yeah, no, very good story. Definitely recommend it. Also, huge shout out to Cult Publishing. I just want to thank you guys, and congrats on getting your website launched. I hear the first magazine is coming around here pretty soon, and you guys will be publishing stories for that. So really excited for that for you guys. Just want to thank you guys for all your support and for showing us some love. So you guys are great. Please like and subscribe. Share this with anyone else that you feel like could use some writing advice or writing tips, or just like stories, likes cool stories.
Just needs to be given a subtle warning of, hey, the teeth. Those aren't supposed to be there. And if there's someone that you look down there, you've seen something and like it looks a little wrong. This is a great episode to share with them, because maybe we can get them to go to the doctor when you haven't been able to. This is a call for help. Like,
please get help.
Please get help.